This is the Cubs Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Chicago Cubs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Locked On Cubs Postcast here on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. The Cubs win 13-6. They're 31-20 on this season. And Pete Crow-Armstrong had an MVP level performance in the win against the Cincinnati Reds. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. We're going to talk about everything that happened in this game, from Pete Crow-Armstrong to, we'll get to Matthew Boyd and Merryweather at the end of the podcast. We're going to save the bad stuff for later. But the Cubs are never out of it with this offense. They have two guys now in the top 5 in RBIs in the season. Pete Crow-Armstrong took the lead over Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki took it back on his home run over PCA. This offense is undeniable and unstoppable with what they need to do. I mean, that home run, that grand slam from PCA, my God, like that thing was a tank shot. I mean, the video, the one that's coming from the dugout view where he's just staring at it as it hits off the pole, that one was great. Obviously, the 2-run home run, there's not even a question about it. We're not going to play the graphic. We don't have time for that right now. We got so much to talk about. PCA is the locked-on player of the game. 6 RBIs in this game. His second 6 RBI game in the last week. I mean, this guy is playing at a level that is MVP level, whether you want to call him MVPCA or MVP, just like Justin Steele did on Twitter. These guys are just raking across the board. Suzuki, Tucker, PCA, and Dansby Swanson, his 11th home run of the season. They're getting it from everybody. But I want to give a quick shout out before we get back into PCA here. Nico Hoerner, that slide into second base is one of the most impressive things we've seen this season. To get out of Dodge the way he did, to get to second base. And that's really what got this thing rolling, because if he doesn't miss that, if he doesn't miss that tag, who knows what happens in the 7th. So Nico misses the tag. It's first and second with 1 out. Ian Happ hits a bloop single. Hopefully that can get him going. He desperately needs it. Kyle Tucker, first pitch, 2 RBI single. It was 6-4 Reds. So you've got first and second with 1 out. Suzuki gets a base hit, and then here comes PCA. Grand slam, 8-6. A game in which it feels like you're going to lose. Like, it feels like this game is unraveling because of Julian Merryweather, because of a bad performance from Matthew Boyd. But the offense is so damn good that it doesn't matter what the pitching does. Any game, any mistake that the pitching makes, as long as the bullpen doesn't give up 8 earned runs like they've done 4 times this season, you've got multiple all-stars right now. The chat is saying here, all-stars, PCA, Tucker, Suzuki, Dansby, Kelly, legit all-stars. Totally agree. Don't think Carson Kelly will make it. But the other guys, Dansby Swanson has a real shot to make the all-star team with what he's been doing recently. I mean, it feels like a month ago, not like a week ago, it feels like. We were talking about him being a 180 hitter. He's got 11 home runs. His batting average is up to 262 on the season. He's got the longest on-base game streak in Major League Baseball, not just in his career for him, but in all of baseball right now. Dansby Swanson, the most consecutive games with getting on base, 22, I think it's 22 or 23 at this point. He's been phenomenal. Seiya Suzuki, 3 for 5 in this game with the home run. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 5, but clutch. That's what he's here for. PCA and Tucker, superstars. You dream to have superstars on your team, and the Cubs have 2 of them. You traded for Kyle Tucker. Yes, he got 1 hit in this game, but bases are loaded. He comes out first pitch. He sees 2 RBI single, clutch. And then Pete Crow-Armstrong comes up with the bases loaded, hits that home run, has the one earlier in the game. I mean, there are 2 superstars on this roster. And what PCA is doing is honestly, it's mind-blowing, because I thought he would be good. We all did. We all thought he could be a special baseball player. What PCA is doing right now is putting himself in the conversation legitimately. It's not Cubs hype. It's not Cubs fandom that's putting him here. It's PCA He is playing at an MVP caliber performance. He is tops in baseball in WAR. He's top 5 in RBIs. He's got more than 10 stolen bases. He's got more than 10 home runs. He's doing things that we haven't seen. They keep showing these stats during games, these graphics. And the one today was the first Cubs since RBIs became an official tally to have 2 6 RBI games within a week. He's doing things that haven't been done since 1910, 1920, things that are unhuman. And that's what Crow-Armstrong is doing on a regular basis. He is just at a level that makes you feel like he is potentially going to be one of the best players in baseball, not just now. I mean, this is coming on so fast. The idea of what he could be in the future is terrifying for other baseball teams. I mean, this is a guy, like, we all talk about paying Kyle Tucker, but like, pay PCA. This guy needs to be a Chicago Cub for the next 20 years, however long he plays baseball. I love what they've done with him in the lineup. I love him hitting in the top 4. The way that Craig Counsell constructed his lineup today, honestly, I want to see it this way going forward. Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Crow-Armstrong. That should be your 1 through 4 every single day. It doesn't matter if you're facing a lefty. It doesn't matter if you're facing a righty. Crow-Armstrong could be the best leadoff hitter in baseball. He could be the best cleanup hitter in baseball the way he's playing right now. It's absolutely stunning in just the most positive way ever of what he's doing. It's unbelievable the level of play that this guy is at. I mean, to have multiple guys in your lineup, and I want to include Seiya Suzuki in this. What he's done this season, his approach has changed. I know Sam and Matt have been talking about this a lot on their podcast, that he's not walking this year. But what you're seeing from Seiya and PCA and Kyle Tucker this year, how clutch they've been, how big time they are when you need them the most, is absolutely unbelievable. A lot of conversations happening about 2016 and this offense being better. Absolutely, it can be better than 2016. This team, because of what Kyle Tucker and PCA can do, they can be the best offense in baseball. They can be the best offense in my lifetime as a Cubs fan. They can beat out 2016, and they can overcome all the obstacles that they're facing this year. No Justin Steele, Shota not coming back at least until June. Porter Hodge has the same injury basically as Ian Happ. Positive update there. Sounds like he'll only need the minimum for while he's out, but we're still ways away from this rotation probably even being at its best. And the lineup is picking up guys like Julian Merryweather, who we'll get to, who've been a disaster this year. I mean, the bullpen until today had been elite over the last 7 days, having a 1.53 ERA. But Merryweather's the guy that you don't have any confidence in. And the way that they picked him up and picked up Matthew Boyd today when they needed it the absolute most, they're rolling right now. They are can't miss television. They are so much fun to watch this year. And it is just, it's a real honest joy being a Cubs fan again. It's been a grind. We deserve this. We deserve this. We deserve this after what it's been like basically since 2019. It's been a grind to be a Cubs fan again. And what they're doing right now, 11 games, over 500, 31 and 20. They're absolutely just rolling right now. So we'll take your comments, your questions here live on the YouTube chat. Remember, you're listening to the Locked On Cubs postcast. We're live after every single Cubs game. Hit that subscribe button and like on the video as well. Plus, wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, you can find all of our content from myself and Matt and Sam right there on those channels. So we will take our break here. And when we get back, we'll continue talking about what we saw from this offense in the game today. Matt Shaw, a highlight level play that was really, really awesome from what we saw from him at third base. And we'll talk about the two bad things, Merryweather and Boyd in this game when we get back here on the Locked On Cubs postcast on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. The Oklahoma City Thunder favored by 2.5 on the road at Minnesota on Saturday. I will be rolling with the Thunder in that game. It's not been close. It's not been competitive. While I respect Anthony Edwards, I just think Oklahoma City is a team of destiny this year. So I'm running with OKC -2.5 on Saturday. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, quickly here on Matt Shaw and the play that he made in this game. That screamer to third base, man, it was right at him. And he made a great glove play there, getting down on the ground, and then the arm to get him at first base. Matthew Shaw has been a godsend, it feels like. Over 5 in this one with a run scored. So not his best offensive game. But Matt Shaw has come in and filled in very nicely at third base. He was very good in the games since he came up, multiple, RBI doubles in those games, but specifically defensively, he's been fantastic. And I really like what we're seeing with him at the plate. The one hit that he had that was going, that went foul to right field, he keeps just driving the ball the other way. And they've been rolling in, the last series versus the Marlins didn't happen today. But what we're seeing from Matt Shaw, the way that he's driving the ball to right field, the way that he's just making contact with it, the third base woes that it felt like were going to be a problem for the Cubs in just a handful of days. Matt Shaw has brought all the confidence back in that that's no longer a problem, that it really feels like he has really fixed his issues in the minors. Again, I think it's fascinating that it wasn't until 2 or 3 days before he was recalled that he really changed his leg kick dramatically. But he just got his timing back down in the minors, and it's been a huge positive for him right now. So just another good thing from the Cubs game today, even though he didn't have a hit in this one, just a great day from him. Again, Nico Horner on the day goes 3 for 5, has the fantastic slide there at second base. He continues to just be a machine. He's hitting .296, and he's batting 8th in the lineup. That's the thing about this Cubs lineup. Ian Happ is on the struggle bus right now since he came back from injury. To be expected, to be fair. I don't think anyone should be shocked or worried about this. He should be the leadoff hitter, goes 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. That's specifically where I think you can tell that Happ is off his game. He's just not, making contact in the way that he had been. So we'll see Ian Happ get back going again, I would imagine, shortly. Hopefully that bloop single that he got to make it bases loaded will be the momentum thing. We saw that with Kyle Tucker as he was struggling. Just kind of one fortunate hit that goes your way kind of gets that confidence going. And if you think about what's happening with Suzuki and PCA and Tucker, I mean, if those 3 guys are hitting the way they are, if Ian Happ can get going again as well, that 1 through 4 is just, it's so deadly. It's really remarkable what they're doing. Carson Kelly had another hit in this game. He's hitting .287 as well on the season. Both him and Crow-Armstrong hitting .287. I mean, the Cubs have 4 guys right now hitting above .275 in their everyday lineup. And whether that's Amaya or Kelly right now at this point, they are just rolling offensively. And now let's talk about the bad stuff from this game. We've talked all about the good stuff for the first 14 minutes of the show. Let's talk about the bad stuff here from this game. You can't ignore in victory what you wouldn't in defeat. It's a cheesy saying, but I totally believe in that one. So we got to talk about Matthew Boyd. 6 straight hits or 5 straight hits and a walk to start the first inning. I'll give Matthew Boyd credit for this. To only give up a few runs, a handful of runs, 3 of them to be exact, in the first inning, it could have been a disaster. You had bases loaded. I mean, he got out of that thing. It could have been way worse for Matthew Boyd. So he found a way to get out of it. I mean, he threw 93 pitches in 4 innings, and it was a battle for 4 innings from him. Didn't have his best stuff, but I take that as a positive that he found a way to not let this thing unravel. He's been so good this year. So to see him come out there and give up 5 straight hits and a walk and only leave the first down 3-0, you could really argue that he's the main reason why the Cubs really won this game. I mean, if you're down 7-0 in the first inning, while yes, the offense can overcome anything at this point in the season, it feels like if he unravels to that point where you're down by 6 or 7 runs, then this game probably feels unattainable for even how good this offense has been. So good for Boyd to battle through. Would like it to not be that much of a mess as it was. I love this from 404 Error. What a YouTube name. The Mets must be having some serious remorse right now. Yes. The Pete Crow-Armstrong trade, it looks like it's going to be one of the best in Cubs history. I feel pretty confident saying that right now. Good for Javi Baez playing the way he is this year in center field for the Tigers. But the fact that they traded Javi for PCA, who is pretty much Javi Baez, like the elite version at all times right now. He's electric. I mean, one thing we haven't even mentioned with PCA was the bloop hit he had that turned into a double. I mean, when he turned, like when he knew he had a shot at two from the minute that that ball was in the air. And the way he, like, that's why he's such an incredible player. It's not just the power, it's the speed. That's a single for 90% of Major League Baseball. Like, it's probably like O'Neal Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz, Pete Crow-Armstrong, couple guys that turned that single into a double. And that's what he did on the play. And I feel like it kind of gets lost a little bit. Speaking of the trade, I think this is a great one. Progressively Independent here on the YouTube chat says it reminds me when the Sox traded Tatis. Yeah, like that's what this feels like right now, that you are getting one of the best players in baseball for Javi Baez, who was a rental for the Mets. And he has just turned into an electric factory again for the Cubs. So Boyd battled through. Let's talk about Julian Merryweather now. He's got to go. This is the negative part of the show. He's got to go. Julian Merryweather stinks. There's no other way to put it. He's not good. I don't know if it's a mechanical thing for him. I don't know what's going on, but he has just not been good this year. His ERA at this point in the season has grown to a 5.79. He is the number one guy you cannot trust in this bullpen. Whether it's a phantom injury that he needs to just take a couple days off, if there's a way to get him back into the minors to let him work through what he's going through right now, you have to move him, I think, off of this roster because he's on the roster for a reason. And if he's on this roster, Craig Counsell's going to use him. Like, you think about the situation that he's in today, you're down and he comes in to spell Boyd in the fifth inning and he only gets 2 outs and Flexen has to come in and get the final one. Yes, he only gives up 3 hits and a walk, but that's a lot. That's a lot. And he didn't battle through the way that Matthew Boyd did. He's just not cutting it right now. Like, there's no other way to look at it. I mean, if you look at his games this year, you see a lot of zeros, but we all know the truth that he's given up. It feels like multiple, runs almost every outing. It feels like that. I know the exact stats don't back that up completely, but Merryweather to me is the biggest weak link on this team, and they just got to find a way to get him back on track or move on and use someone else. The Cubs made a bullpen move today, so they got someone coming back from the injured list. But Merryweather is just the guy that you can't rely on at this point in the season. I mean, I really only want to see him out there kind of where Ryan Presley was, where you're up by 7 runs and Presley's coming in the bottom of the 9th to get the final 3 outs of the game. Like, that's where I want to see Merryweather at this point in the season. It's the only point of the season. Cliff says here, he's supposed to be low leverage. You're down 4-2. You can't put him in. Yeah, because to be fair, like I would call that medium leverage because you're still within the game. The game's still easily within reach. You're only down by 2 runs, but you put him in there and we all know how it's going to go. And part of this is with baseball. We all know this. It's a confidence thing. His confidence is broken. I would guess that as well. Like, he's not been good. And the Cubs, I think, need to make a really tough decision about the future of Julian Merryweather because he is just an absolutely unreliable pitcher for this team. And thankfully, again, the offense was just absolutely electric. I mean, they're down 4-2. It's eventually 6-2. They score 6 runs in the 7th inning, 3 runs in the 8th inning, 2 runs in the 9th inning, tons of home runs in this game. They hit 4 of them. They had 13 hits and 13 runs. The Reds had 13 hits and 6 runs. And the Cubs had 2 errors in this game. So Yeah, Mark says he's in the circle of untrust. He's the leader of the circle of untrust. Julian Merryweather is in this game. And I agree. Like, people here in the chat are saying Merryweather was good in 2023. He was. He's just not good right now. So the Cubs got to try to get him back on track if they can somehow. It just makes his team even better than they've been. All right, Colin Ray goes on Saturday for game 2 of this series against the Reds, a team that is, again, below 500. Again, MVPCA. What a game. What a performance from him and this one. That will do it for this episode of the Locked On Cubs postcast here on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. My name is Joe George. You find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Joe George Radio. Remember, hit that subscribe button to the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel for all of our postcast shows and all of Matt and Sam's daily shows as well, and wherever you find your podcasts on Apple and Spotify. So we will talk to you tomorrow after the Cubs and Reds second game of this series. We will talk to you then.